I am on the scenic State Route 87 right here in Arizona. It's known as the Beeline Highway, and I am on my way to Pine. The population is about 1,700, and give or take, it all depends on the website that you go to get your information. But I'm excited to get there. I hope you are too, and we'll be in Pine in just a few minutes, so let's get rolling. All right, so I am at the Old Country Inn here in Pine, and I was actually going to have my lunch here today, but unfortunately I didn't do my homework. They're not open on Mondays. I'm filming this video on a Monday, so they're not open, but they have amazing wood-fired pizzas here. I think it's the best pizza in all of Arizona. Now, you could probably argue with me on that one, and I would appreciate that. That's fine. If you do have a favorite pizza shop, leave it in the comments below. But this is their outdoor patio seating area. They do have indoor seating as well, and they expanded a little bit. It's kind of cool. It's a really cool place for families to come to. They have outdoor seating here, and they got games for the kids, games for people to play, and they just opened this not too long ago called the Tap Room at Old Country Inn. So it's a tiny little place, and they got craft beers and wine and that type of stuff, and some more seating up on the deck. And I guess I should have done my homework, but I didn't. So anyway, that's the Old Country Inn, guys. I highly recommend it if you're coming through Pine and you want to stop for lunch. Again, they have some of the best pizza in all of Arizona. All right, guys, I'm at a place in Pine, Arizona right now called Skies. All right, so check this out. These are all like chainsaw carvings. Again, it's called Skies in Pine, LLC. And you can see they've got bears, they got eagles. Check out that really cool teepee in the background right there. They have huge bears. So this thing's probably 8-9 feet tall. Hi there.
Hi.
I'm a YouTuber, the Small Town Tourist.
Uh-huh.
Are you the owner?
No, I'm not. I'm the general manager.
Oh, you're the general manager.
I treat it like my own, but...
Okay. Are you okay being on YouTube?
Of course.
Okay, and your name? Okay.
My name is Star.
Star, I'm John. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So tell me about Skies.
Well, Sky's been making this furniture for 54 years. It's all Arizona wood, all made by hand and all made by veterans.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Sky got started, his great-grandpa actually got him started as a hobby back in the day, and he ended up paying all of his college education by making furniture. He got a master's degree in engineering. He was already an artist, so that was absolutely perfect for making furniture.
Now, was he a veteran himself?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Awesome.
He did 2 tours in the Coast Guard.
Now, are you a resident here in Pine?
Yes, I am.
Awesome. How long have you lived here?
Well, I've lived here for 7 years, but I've been coming up here for since I was 4 years old.
What is great about Pine?
Actually, it's the community. Our community sticks together. It's a pretty conservative little town. Mm-hmm. We take care of each other. Last year, when the Backbone fire was burning, we all got evacuated. Everybody helped everybody else.
That's fantastic, and I know Pine has a lot of festivals and things like that. Almost every weekend it seems like there's something going on, right?
Absolutely, and they are so fun.
Well, you certainly have beautiful things here in
We do.
Skies, and I'm impressed with some of the, it's just amazing stuff.
Well, let me give you a little tour here.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, this is my favorite wood. This wood here is mesquite burl. And burl is the hero. Every tree on the planet has burl. It holds all of the genetic code. All the DNA of the tree is in the burl.
Oh, wow.
Yes, so it's very important, to say the least. And it's so pretty. So this is the mesquite burl here. It has all these beautiful lines in it. It has little swigglies, like these little bird's eyes are part of the burl. And it just makes for beautiful, beautiful wood. Wow. Now, all the legs are done out of manzanita. And we harvest that within 5 or 10 miles of here. Now you see these marks here? Get a good shot of this. This is from elk chewing on the manzanita. And elk love manzanita, which means little apple in Spanish, because it tastes
Okay.
like apple. And it has these little berries on them that look like apples, and they taste like apples. They are so cool. So the Native Americans used to gather up all the little apples, all the little berries, and smish them and smash them into a liquid. And if you had a tummy ache, you drink the juice and get rid of your tummy ache.
Oh, wow.
I mean, it's not like they can run to Walmart and get some Alka-Seltzer, you know? And so we do a variety of things here on this property. We do all the lamps, the Lazy Susans, the cutting boards, our beautiful clocks, which are all also out of the mesquite burl.
Yeah, that's the first thing I saw when I walked in.
I know, aren't they
Just
beautiful?
awesome. Every one of them is unique and different.
Yep. We have one carver that does the ironwood, and it's so funny because ironwood is a real messy tree. It's, you know, everything is compared to ironwood. It's the hardest wood. On a scale of 1 to 10, where ironwood is a 10 for strength and hardness. And it's a messy tree, and it has really big thorns on it. And when you sand it, it smells like poop.
Oh, geez.
It's stinky, and very toxic. I won't even sell raw wood out there if we have pinewood to people that have kids.
Okay.
Because sometimes, it might get thrown in a fireplace or something like that, and I don't want to mess with that. So we also do a lot of juniper. And this is beautiful juniper here. It has gorgeous grain in it. We get the juniper off of mostly private land. They call us and say, I've got a big juniper and I need to take it down. You want it? And we go, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so it just makes beautiful, beautiful furniture. My cutting boards are awesome. And we make the charcuterie boards too. We make them out of eucalyptus. And this is mesquite. And people go, but they're too pretty to cut on. Well, this is a charcuterie board, so it's beautiful on both sides. But on our cutting boards, I tell people, well, you cut on one side, you serve and display on the other. So
Smart.
you got best of both worlds, and you just wash them with soap and water and throw them back on the wall.
That's right.
And they're great gifts, and they're so easy to use. But wait, there's more. This is a really pretty one too. I really like this. Now on the inlay, we don't use real copper because copper takes 1,982 degrees to melt.
Oh.
Which when you're dealing with wood would be kind of inconvenient because the wood would go poof. So you take a piece like this, you clean it up with a wire brush, you sand it, and you spray it with a product called DEFT, D-E-F-T. Get it at Home Depot.
Okay.
It's in the instructions. And you take these and you make them look like this.
Oh, wow. Check
I
that
know,
out.
isn't that cool? See, and this is called alligator juniper. This is a really pretty piece because see, the bark looks like alligator.
Oh, yeah. That is really wild.
Isn't that something? Yeah. Now, we also do a lot of bars, bar stools, incredible dining room sets.
Boy, look at that.
When you see a perfectly good tree and there's a big wart on the side, okay, 1% of the time that's a burl. The rest of the time that you see that big wart, it's fungus, it's sap, it can be scar tissue from, like a critter eating it, or lightning hitting it, or a branch fell off and it's scarred.
Okay.
But that 1% of the time it's actual burl. The odds of this mesquite tree having 10 real burls is astronomical. Once in a lifetime. Everything's made right here in the USA.
Well, this is fantastic. Thank you so much.
And we're open all year round.
I know a few people that could probably use that sign. All right, guys, so that was Skies, and Star is awesome, and Skies is amazing. But now I'm starting to get a little hungry. It took about, I don't know, maybe about 2 hours to get here today. So I'm gonna go try to find something to eat. Let's check it out. So there's a lot of festivals that go on here in Pine, Arizona, and this is kind of the central area where if this was a weekend kind of in the fall or through the winter or spring, this entire area would be filled full of vendors. And it's cool because the vendors that come, they're all from Arizona and they're all privately owned little vendor shops, and there's a lot of artists, there's a lot of wood carvers, there's I guess people like photographers that take pictures of the desert in different parts of Arizona, and they come here and it's great. It's a very festive environment because they've got a lot of food vendors that come as well. You've got the kettle popcorn people, that type of thing. And in this little pavilion here, This little pavilion here is really cool because they have all these tables, and at the other end, the far end near the playground, they're going to set up bands, and there'll be local bands that will play here. It's just a really cool, in fact, it gives me a feeling kind of back east, kind of more of a back east feeling than I get from an Arizona feeling. You can see this is in honor of Walt and Wileen Smith. Great last name, by the way. But all of these places, when there's a festival going on, all of these places will be just filled with people and vendors and different crafts and everything. It's just really, really awesome. It's one of the things that makes Pine unique, the small town of Pine. Get off the interstate, get off the freeway, and go visit small towns, because the people in small towns are just awesome. They love each other, they take care of each other, and that's the way it really should be. Now, across the street from the park, they finally they remodeled this building. This building was unremodeled for a very long time. I believe it used to be a bed and breakfast or something, but now it's called Fancy Finds, Home Decor and More. So I say we go check it out. Well, they are open, so that's a good start. All right, so when you first walk in, you see right away that they got some very nice clothes. And so that's pretty awesome. I love to see clothes that you wouldn't normally see in a big box store or a big department store. They do carry farm fresh or farmhouse fresh items, and that is, I guess Reba McEntire is the spokesperson for that, and that's awesome. And check this out. This is pretty wild. You can walk right in, and they got free Bibles. So they got the King James Version right there. So that's pretty cool. Warm Glow Candle Company. So you've got, check out these homemade candles. And like I said, it smells so good here. They've got gourmet coffee that you probably have never seen before. And that's what's great about coming to small towns and just stopping by the local vendors in the stores. They have things that you can't get anywhere else. I'll get out of your hair, ladies.
Okay,
yeah.
thank you very much.
Thank you. Let's see if we can't find somewhere that we can grab a bite to eat. Yeah, so this was right down from Fancy Finds. This is Pine Creek Cabins. So if you're looking for a place to stay, if you want to come up to Pine and just visit, this would be maybe a great place because it's right off of the Beeline Highway. It's right where all the stores are and all the antique shops and the restaurants and that type of stuff. And so it's Pine Creek Cabins. Give them a call. And maybe, again, if you're coming up this area and you want to spend the night or spend a couple days, they might be able to hook you up. All right, so on the far end of town, the farmer's market is right here, which is pretty cool. And right now the farmer's market is closed today. It seems like everything in this town seems to be closed on Mondays. Not everything, but a lot of things. And I would have really liked to check that out, but maybe the next time I'm in Pine, I'll be able to come to the farmer's market. So there was a restaurant that was not too far from the Old Country Inn. It was just down the street, and it looked like a breakfast place, and it looked like they had a lot of cars out front. And that's one of the ways that I judge a restaurant when I go to small towns is whether it's busy or not. I mean, that's common sense, right? But if it's not busy, it's probably not good. And this place that I'm talking about, I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head when I was driving in, but there was a lot of cars out front. So that tells me that it's good. So we're gonna go check that out and grab a bite to eat. I know I keep saying it, but I keep finding all these different places in this awesome little town of Pine. And it's just so cool. The weather up here is amazing. I would say it's probably in the low to mid 80s right now, where when I left Mesa this morning, it was probably, I want to say it was probably in the mid 90s already, and that was about 8 o'clock this morning. Come on over here. All right, so I'm at the honey stand in Pine, and I was lucky enough, even though the honey stand isn't open today, it's Monday, I was lucky enough to meet Mike here. And Mike, you're the grandson of the owner, right?
Yes.
So tell me a little bit about the honey stand, the kind of the history and everything, and what you sell and all that type of stuff.
Well, the original building was built in 1929 by Frank Fuller and was opened as the Pine Post Office.
Oh, wow.
At that time, 87, the street right here was not here. The street would come and turn right next to this building. So the original building was facing that direction.
Oh, wow.
And then in about the 40s, when this part of the road was opened, the building was picked up and turned and then built into a Texaco gas station by Frank's son, Ralph.
So were you able to get from Pine to Payson? Or
Yes.
how did you get there? Was it like a dirt road?
You still
or-
could. The road would go out and around this property lines and cross the creek on the backside.
Okay. And then they came in, you said, in the 40s, and they ran...
Yeah, in the 1940s they came in, the government bought this strip of land because this piece of property and the piece of property over there is still owned by the Fullers.
Okay.
And the building was turned into the Texaco gas station, and that was ran as a gas station by Ralph Fuller from 1945 until about the 1980s when,
Oh, wow.
when it was closed down because of health issues. And it sat empty for about 10 years, and then Ralph's son, Robert, opened up the honey stand.
Oh, okay.
We sell honeys, jams, jellies, butters, all sorts of
Now, is
little
Robert
knickknacks.
your dad?
Robert is my grandfather.
He's your grandfather. Okay.
Yes.
Very cool. Okay. And he's been here since the 80s with the honey stand?
It first opened in about 89.
Okay. Well, that's when I graduated high school. So there you go. A long time ago.
Yeah.
Well, would you mind if we go inside and check out? Can you show me a little bit about what you
I
sell?
can show you around a little bit.
All right. Oh, check it out. Now, is everything here like homemade or?
Everything over here is all natural raw honeys. We get these from 2 different distributors here in Arizona, so they're all locally sourced in Arizona.
Wow.
Then we have whipped honeys, which come from Colorado, and it's made by a company called Honeyville. Then we have all of our butters, salsas, preservatives, jellies. These are all made by Mountain Farms. They package them specifically for us.
Okay.
Same thing over here. We have salad dressings, olives. Over here we have some assortment garlics and asparagus.
Oh,
and
check
then
that
more
out.
salsas, jellies.
I gotta tell you,
desserts.
I'm a huge olive fan. So just seeing like your spicy blue cheese and jalapeno olives, that's enough to bring me back. I'm excited about that.
And then we also, for the kids, we have honey sticks, which are just little straws basically filled with flavored honey.
Oh, wow.
You bite off the end and you can suck on it. Those are $0.25 a piece.
Okay. Okay.
And then up here we have a little wall with all of the history of the building. Like I was saying, it was originally the post office. Up there is a picture of when it was open as a Texaco.
Oh, check that
We have
out.
the 25-year anniversary of the Texaco station presented to Ralph Fuller.
Okay. Get a better picture of that up here. Check that out. Wow, that's really cool.
And then over here, this is actually a picture of my grandparents when they opened the honey stand.
Okay. Look at that. Wow, that is so cool, man. And you get big jugs of honey.
Yeah, we sell it by the gallon, half gallon as well, for people that are really into honey.
I guess there's some people, right?
Yeah, well, it never expires, so you can keep it for as long as you want.
Okay. Wow, that is really cool. And then you got some assorted candies
Yeah,
and
just
things
some
like
little knickknacks and chewies for you.
that. Okay. Well, I don't want to keep you from your work, but dude, thank you so much. I was so disappointed when I came by and saw that it was empty, or not empty, but closed.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, well, you know, it is what it is. It's a Monday. I should have known better. But for you to open it up and let me check it out is just really awesome. Of your
Well,
work.
you're
I
very
really
welcome.
appreciate it.
It's been awesome, yeah.
All right, cool. Thanks, brother.
Thank you.
All right, guys, this is the Early Bird Cafe, and this is the restaurant that I drove by earlier after I found out that the Old County pizza shop wasn't open. So I drove by this and it was packed. Now that was around breakfast time, so it's pretty late now. It's a little bit afternoon, so it's definitely lunchtime, but I'm gonna check it out. It's open. It looks really, really good. And like I said, when there's a ton of cars out in front of a restaurant, you know it's good. So I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna grab a bite to eat, and we'll see it in a few minutes. All right, well, this place is called the Early Bird Cafe, and apparently the early bird does get the worm and the late bird doesn't, because I missed it. They closed at 11:30 today, so they did recommend the Pinewood Tavern, which is just up the street. I think that's what the name of it is. So I'm gonna go check that place out. They said they've got great burgers, and they are open today, so we'll go check that out, and maybe we can grab ourselves a good burger. All right, guys, I am outside the Pinewood Tavern, and it does appear to be open, so that's a good start, unlike everything else I've come across. But there it is, that's the outside. And the good news is there's a lot of cars out front, and that means it's going to be pretty good. So I did notice this sign when I was pulling in. Looks like they got live music on Saturday nights, 6 to 9. So no live music tonight, but that's okay. All right, I'm going to go grab a bite. Let's go in. All right, guys. Well, it is open, and they do seem to have a pretty cool menu. So I guess their specialty is burgers here. I don't know, but the wait staff has been super friendly so far, and I like that. And it is very packed. It's kind of a cool place. They have dollar bills all over the walls like they do in Tortilla Flat. Awesome, thank you. So the wall to my right has the dollar bills all over it, and they got a buffalo head in front of me on the wall, which the buffalo is just my favorite animal, just a side note. They've got all kinds of elk antlers and deer antlers on the walls here. It's pretty slick, actually. Let me see if I can move around. That's the dining room. I'm kind of in the back of the restaurant to the side. But yeah, very cool place. And I'm looking forward to having food here. We'll see what it's like. The lady at the other restaurant that I was going to eat at, the Early Bird, recommended the Cowboy Burger here. And so I just might do that. So they had a very interesting sign in the bathroom. And if I remember before I leave, I'll try to get a picture of it. So my waiter, Anthony, just told me that this place is owned by the same owner as the Old Country Tavern, which is cool. That's that pizza place that I was going to stop at, the Old Country Inn. I'm sorry, the Old Country Inn. And so I imagine if it's owned by the same people, that the food here is going to be fantastic, and that explains why it's busy. So unfortunately, I couldn't go to the Old Country Inn because it was closed today, but this place is open, and that makes me just as excited. Okay guys, so this salad looks absolutely amazing. And it's good that when you come into these small towns and you can find a great restaurant like that, it's so important. You know, these little family owned and operated restaurants are just so much better than the chains that you get down in the valley, down in Mason, Phoenix, and Gilbert, and all that type of places. You find a hometown, home-cooked meal in these small little towns. Man, I'll tell you what a difference, total difference maker. So I'm gonna eat, and then we're gonna get back on the road. So all in all, Pine is a great little town. I met a lot of really nice people, and it's a really slow Monday, but everybody was in a great mood. They were very welcoming. Mike over at the Honey Hut was a super nice guy. He even opened the business, even though it's closed today. He opened it today so that I could take a look at some of the things that they have to offer. I really wish they would have been open, because there's some things in there that I certainly would have purchased. Anthony B. over at the cafe that I ate at the Pinewood Tavern. What a super nice guy. I mean, he even gave me 20% off of my bill just for advertising or showing his place today. So that was really cool. And then meeting Star at the restaurant, or meeting Star at Skies, where they sell all the wood products and all that type of stuff. Just awesome. So overall, this was a fantastic experience for me today. The weather was perfect. The people were amazing. The stores that I went into were awesome. And it's just that hometown feel. It's that place where people take care of each other, neighbors take care of each other, and that's the way that it should be. That really is. I was thoroughly impressed with Pine. It is about, I would say, 15 miles north of Payson, just south of Strawberry. We're just at the bottom of the Mogollon Rim, and it is absolutely gorgeous today. I would say probably in the mid 80s now. It's probably 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So that was my experience. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Until next time, get off the interstates and go enjoy small town America. Take care.